Convoy SC-42. Convoy SC-42 was the 42nd of the numbered series of World War II slow convoys of merchant ships from Sydney, Cape Breton Island to Liverpool. SC-42 was attacked over a three-night period in September 1941, losing 16 ships sunk and 4 damaged. This was the worst Allied loss following the attack on Convoy SC-7 the previous year. 2 attacking U-boats were destroyed. Background: 65 ships departed Sydney, Nova Scotia on 30 August 1941 under local escort bound for Liverpool. The convoy commodore was Rear Admiral W.B. Mackenzie in Everley. A week later, they were met just east of the Strait of Belle Isle by the Canadian 24th Escort Group consisting of the Canadian River-class destroyer Skeena, LTCDR J.C. Hubbard, senior officer with Flower-class corvettes Albany, Kenegami, and Aurelia. Corvettes Chamley and Moose Jaw were conducting training exercises in the convoy path at the direction of Commander James D. Prentice, RCN, and were prepared to reinforce the escort as the convoy entered an area where U-boats were known to be waiting. Ranged against them was the Markgraf Wolf Pack, a group of 14 U-boats, in a patrol line southeast of Greenland. Action. Early on 9 September U-85 sighted the convoy near Cape Farewell, Greenland, and made an unsuccessful torpedo attack. She then commenced shadowing, while other Markgraf boats moved in. The moon rose on the southern side on the convoy that night, and U-432 torpedoed the silhouetted 5,229 GRT British freighter Munich and her cargo of 7,000 tons of iron ore sank rapidly with all 63 of her crew. Kenegami commenced firing on a surfaced U-boat without benefit of star shell or flashless powder, and quickly lost contact as the crew lost their night vision in the flash of gunfire. The convoy made 2 emergency turns over the next half hour as ships in convoy reported sighting 3 more surfaced U-boats. Another emergency convoy turn 90 minutes later caught Skeena pursuing a contact at speed. While maneuvering to avoid collisions, Skeena passed a surfaced U-boat on a reciprocal course, being fired upon by ships in convoy so closely that Skeena's guns could not be depressed to bear. U-652 torpedoed Baron Pentland and Tachi during the excitement. The tanker Tachi was towed back to port by Aurelia, but the 3,410 GRT British freighter Baron Pentland sank with 1512 standards of lumber and 2 of her crew. Another emergency turn by the convoy brought 2 hours of suspenseful quiet while Aurelia aided Tachi and searched for survivors astern of the convoy. Then U-432 torpedoed the 3,205 GRT Dutch freighter Winterswijk and the 1113 GRT Norwegian freighter Stargard. The freighter Ridgen stopped to rescue Stargard's survivors and opened fire on a surfaced U-boat, while Skeena and Kenegami searched for U-boats around stricken Winterswijk and Stargard. U-81 torpedoed the 3,252 GRT British freighter. U-82 torpedoed the 7,465 GRT British Siam ship Empire Hudson less than 2 hours after Skeena regained station ahead of the convoy. Daylight on 10 September brought several periscope sightings and emergency turns by the convoy before U-85 torpedoed the 4,748 GRT British freighter Thistleglen. Skeena and Albany counterattacked and damaged U-85 with depth charges. Thistleglen sank with 5,200 tons of steel, 2,400 tons of pig iron, and 3 of her crew. U-82 torpedoed the 7,519 GRT British tanker Bullaces that evening. U-82 then torpedoed the 3,915 GRT British freighter Gypsum Queen shortly after the convoy ordered an emergency turn. Gypsum Queen sank quickly with 5,500 tons of sulfur and 10 of her crew. Bullaces sank with 9,300 tons of gas oil and 4 of her crew. Other ships in convoy rescued the survivors. The corvettes Chamley and Moose Jaw observed the fireworks of these attacks and surprised UMNS 501 while steaming to reinforce the escort. UMNS 501 was first depth-charged by Chamley, then rammed by Moose Jaw as the damaged submarine surfaced. The captain of UMNS 501 jumped from the conning tower to Moose Jaw's deck, and Moose Jaw sent a boarding party to enter the submarine. 11 Germans and one of the Canadian boarding party stoker, William Brown, were lost when UMNS 501 sank. UMNS 501 was the first U-boat sunk by Canadian escorts. Just after midnight on 10/11 September, UMNS 207 torpedoed the 4,924 GRT British freighter Bury and the 4,815 GRT British freighter Stonepool, while Chamley and Moose Jaw were attacking UMNS 501. Then UMNS 432 torpedoed the 1231 GRT Swedish freighter Garm, and UMNS 82 torpedoed the 5,463 GRT British freighter Empire Crossbill and the 1980 GRT Swedish freighter Scania 2 hours later, while Alverny, Kenegami, and Moose Jaw were rescuing survivors of Bury and Stone. UMNS 43 launched torpedoes unsuccessfully. UMNS 433 damaged the Norwegian 2200 GRT freighter Bestum. UMNS 202 sank the crippled Scania, while UMNS 105 sank the Panamanian-flagged straggler Montana. On 11 September, the escort was reinforced by the naval trawler Buttermere and Flower-class corvettes HMX Wetaskiwin, HMX Mimosa, and HMS Gladiolus from Convoy HX 147, and by the second escort group consisting of the Admiralty-type flotilla, leader HMS Douglas, Commander Weebanks, senior officer, the Town Club. Leamington and Veteran dropped 21 depth charges on the afternoon of 11 September while investigating an RAF Coastal Command aircraft report of a U-boat ahead of the convoy. Post-war analysis indicated their attacks probably destroyed UMNS 207. Aftermath. Table of losses. Allied ships sunk. U-boats destroyed.